Hello and welcome. This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Wargame Red Dragon. And it's the start of a new turn, so I have to determine where I want to put my forces and whether or not I want to attack various regions. Now, taking a look at things, this is only a company, so that means they have no command vehicles. So this should be an automatic defeat if we attack them there. This unit's destroyed. This one also has no command vehicles, so I believe we'd also automatically win in a fight here. I don't know that for sure, though. I don't know exactly how that works if you engage someone that doesn't have a command vehicle. These guys do have command vehicles, so I'm going to have to take that a little bit more carefully. Now, I may want to cycle some units out to refit them. This unit here, I'm going to guess, is taking casualties because of the number being in orange. Yeah, so it looks like we could refit them. But I'm a little bit concerned about the neighboring region. So we have a tank regiment that I'm going to guess is fresh. So this is a new opponent. And I don't believe we've seen these MiG-29s in this area before. Okay, so they've got some fresh units that they've sent down here. I'm somewhat surprised that they're not trying to reinforce over here to stop me from just taking the regions that get me the victory. But they are going for a new push over here, so I have to be ready for that. So more than likely, we're going to want to put some defense in here. Well, let's see what happens if we do this attack. And this is kind of experimental. I don't know if it would consume the initiative points, if it's just going to be automatic. We'll find out here in a second. I do know that we'd probably easily win this one because it's just artillery if we did have to fight. Okay, so we're getting the normal combat thing. So we have 0 cohesion, they have 0 cohesion. We have 5 morale points, they have 3. Just artillery. AP power is 11 though, so can we charge them with tanks? Oh yeah, we've got the K1 tanks here. So yeah, we have enough armor. We could just charge the artillery and decimate them easily. So this is going to be an easy fight. I'm kind of surprised we have to do the fight because as far as I understood, command vehicles, if you don't have them, you can't do the fight. We'll just launch and see what happens here. Oh, okay. All right, so I was right. So these guys got driven out. I forget how much morale they had. I think they had 3 beforehand. So I'm not sure if there was any penalty for me doing that against them. Oh, but I'm also noticing we didn't expend any initiative points. So we drove them out. I don't know if there was a penalty to them. Maybe they lost morale. Again, I forget exactly. I know we had 5 morale beforehand. Oh, we've actually gained morale, so that was good. At this point, because I know the enemy's coming, I should probably just get R&R here so we get our cohesion back up, because they look like they're full cohesion except for the artillery here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll R&R here. R&R here. As much as I feel like I really do need the refits, the cohesion will be nice in an upcoming battle. So we'll have 3 and 2. We'll have 5 on tap. They'll have, I think, 5 as well. So we'll be on equal footing as far as cohesion goes. And we'll probably want to put some air power in here to help us out as well. We do have the anti-air company to help us against the MiG-29s and the Su-25s, which we saw how devastating the Su-25s can be the last time we fought here. All right, with that taken care of, I'm going to assume the same thing's going to happen over here once we initiate a combat. So we're just going to drive this guy out. He doesn't have any command vehicles. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So this is this region here. And if I'm wrong, and we'll have to fight. But I think we have quite a bit of an advantage. The only problem is just the strike squadron. But we know that the K1 tanks, they can go in. They don't have any problem with napalm. So we do know from experience that we'll be able to win this fight regardless. So let's go ahead and go for it. But I think this will play out the same way. So we have 0 cohesion, they have 0 cohesion. We have a lot more points value though, and we have much better morale. They only have 1 point of morale, it appears. So I'm gonna guess, we'll see. We know they have 1 morale point. So let's launch the battle here, see what happens. Interesting. Okay, so we're actually getting some results here. The battle stopped because the enemy decided to retreat their forces. Okay, well, they had to. They didn't have command vehicles. And they lose 2 morale and 1 cohesion. Don't know if that means that they're destroyed or not. We'll find out here in a second. Okay. They were not destroyed, but they now have 0 morale. So I'd imagine if I attack them, they would be destroyed completely. But we did waste our initiative points. I'm kind of confused exactly why that happened the way it did, but I'm going to guess, if I had to, that it might be the strike squadron. Because they did not retreat, perhaps? Maybe that's why that played out a little bit differently. It's a little weird that it's so different. Maybe we should have... I mean, I didn't know how that would work, though, so I couldn't have anticipated exactly what would happen there. Now, do they have any more ability to actually attack me over here? No, they have no command vehicles at all over here. So these are completely spent units that we could wipe out if we get the opportunity. But for now, our unit's kind of pinned down. So let's move on to our next fight, which is going to be over here. Now, these guys over here are no threat to me in this region. They're only a threat over here. So how do we want to deal with this? I would probably want my F-16s over here so we have air coverage, but we wouldn't have that easy knockout of the helicopters that I'm looking for. Now, we could still strafe them with cannons like from the F-86s and the... I believe the F-5s have cannons. Or at least something. Yeah, we can attack helicopters. The F-4s also have cannons. But I'm probably going to want to send them over here because of the tanks that we have coming our way. So that would be a good foil to the Su-25s that are coming our way, possibly. So I think we're going to go ahead and engage the F-16 and the F-4s over here, just so that I know where I'm going to want to deploy them. Now, this tank regiment, does it actually have infantry of any type? Not that I can see. It has support vehicles and things, but from what I'm seeing here, they have no light units, except for perhaps artillery. So I don't think that the F-86 is going to help me over here. They do have light units over here, but they're all going to be all in helicopters, so they have to land first, although technically our machine guns and stuff can take them out. So I think we just put our two air units into this fight. Actually, can the rockets attack anything in the air? No, just ground. Okay, so the rockets and the napalm won't do us much good, but the 50 caliber machine guns that the F-86 have and the cannons that the F-5s have may be able to knock down the helicopters, which is what we're looking for. We're outside of that. We don't have... Do we have anything we want to deploy over here? So land forces. Let's go to the Korean forces. So we have artillery. We have attack helicopters. Those are 20 points. I think I want to save for over here. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this fight. It's going to be in this region. I don't think I want to call any reinforcements into this fight. I just am a little concerned that we may not have what we need to take out these helicopters. Now, do the enemy helicopters have a means of knocking down my planes? No. No. Yeah, no. No, those are not airplanes, helicopters. So they have no means of countering my planes at all, and they have no planes in here of their own. So this should be a nice fight for us. So we'll go ahead and attack here. Okay, so they have 4 cohesion to our 3, so they have a little bit of an advantage there. We have 6 morale to their 3, so we're advantaged there. We only need 500 points to destroy them because of how small of a force this is. So let's go. Now, they're going to be over here. Oh, actually, no, I apologize. They're going to be here and here. Is that because of the previous fight or not? I'm confused at why they have this middle region. All right, well, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and launch the battle, and we'll figure it out as we go. Our air power should, I think, win the day for us on this one. So you are going to come over here. And I don't have any forward operating bases, so I don't have to delete. I think we just hold down these 2 zones. They are deployment zones. And that will also give us the command points that we're going to want. We're going to want to attack them in Bravo if we can. So Go ahead and get our other command helicopter here. Say that, but I almost think that this would be the wiser option. All right. If worse comes to worse, they only have those attack helicopters that can actually attack other helicopters. So if I don't see one of those around, but they are coming after me, I can take these guys off, and then they're going to be a lot more safe. Okay, so we have those set up. Do we still have any infantry that can attack the air at all? I mean, outside of just firing rifles and things up into the air. Looks like a no. And we don't get any advantage as far as our attacking with any of these other units. I mean, it's all 5... I guess this guy can hit a little bit further out, 595, as opposed to... oh yeah, 595 appears to be the longest range we can attack things. Okay. We don't have anything there. I mean, technically our helicopters with these guys can attack, but I don't think that would be ideal. We've got our attack helicopters, which can engage other helicopters, but that would not be ideal either, in my opinion anyway. Maybe we just focus on the recon. So I'll go 1, 2. Put them in this building over here. And I'll do 1, 2. They will have some capability to knock out the helicopters and things with their machine guns and their rifles. And they'll also give me vision, so that's what I'm looking for. And outside of that, I don't know what else I really need here. We could go with some of these reservists just to try and get like a defensive point where we can be like in the woods, perhaps, with a platoon. And we also have their vehicles, which also can attack with their 50 caliber machine guns, which is going to give us the better anti-air defense, really, honestly. And we'll do something similar with the reservists. Call them reservists. I don't really know if that's what they are, but okay. So I think that's probably good enough for a little bit of... So why don't I go with the helicopters here? So I still have 4 of these attack helicopters. I don't believe I lost any in the last fight. And I'm just going to grab 2 of these guys. And we're going to put them over the woods here. I'm going to try and use them defensively at first. But I am also going to need some logistics vehicles. As we know, these helicopters can be rather resource intensive. So for now, I'm just going to grab a cargo truck. Grab another one. Again, we know that these guys are resource intensive. And outside of that, I'm just going to go with air power here. We're going to kind of wait for my opponent to make the move. I could go with more attack helicopters over here. It might not be a bad call, as I may be able to outnumber my opponent. The problem is I don't think I can do... I could do 2... and then regroup them once the fight starts. So we'll do like that strategy. Okay, what else do we want here? As I was saying, I think we should go air power heavy here. So which one has the better capability at attacking air targets? It doesn't seem like there's that much difference, so we should probably focus on the actual damage that they can deal. So looks like the 50 caliber machine guns give out a better suppression, but we have more HE power in the F5s. Accuracy is also better, and a better stabilizer, although I don't really know what that means. Rate of fire is also greater, although I'm going to guess that there's more than one 50 caliber machine gun. It doesn't actually tell you how many they have, which is a little weird, but we can do, we can do a couple of each though. So 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll do one more. So we'll do like that. So we've got 3 of the F-86s and 2 of the F-5s. We'll do strafe runs. I think the F-5s are what we're going to try at first, and see if we can get these helicopters knocked out. I didn't pay too much attention to see if my opponent had any anti-air defenses, but I'm going to assume they really don't outside their helicopters. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. Let's go to very slow. and launch. Go ahead and unload here. I'm now going to go to bullet time. And I'm going to turn these guys off for everything but ammunition. Maybe should have put a logistic vehicle over there. We're going to grab these guys, hit regroup. It might take a little time to resolve that. So I'm just going to come over here, hit unload. Okay, let's go back to bullet time. Okay, we've got our recon dudes, which are going to come on over here. We'll put them there. And these guys, I'm going to put... I don't want to stack them up too dense. So... because we know that the enemy is going to have rockets that they can just, like, strafe me with. So I'm going to put a little bit of spread on my men. And then you guys are going to... let's grab some logistics vehicles, because I kind of forgot to do that. We only have one left, so we're going to put it over in the woods over here. And we're going to grab these guys and just put them along the road. Okay, we've done that. Let's go ahead and grab one of our fighters, and we're going to hit this guy. We're going to do another one here. We're going to do another one here. We're going to do our F5 here. And I'm going to do another strafe run on this guy. And let's just see how that goes. Again, I should probably spread my forces out a little bit here. So I'm going to put the infantry in this corner over here. I'm going to grab these helicopters. And I'm going to move them away. Do the same thing with the helicopters over here. We'll move them away, put them over here somewhere. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's go to very slow. And we'll just see what happens here. Okay, here come our fighters to do their attack run. Okay, we've got rockets coming out. Let's slow this sucker down. Let's figure out where these attacks are coming from. Okay. I'm gonna go after these guys. Spread these guys out a little bit. Not exactly sure where those rockets are coming from, but we've got all kinds of rockets and things coming out here. Let's go to very slow. Okay. Okay, hold on. Bullet time it. Okay, so some of these guys are leaving. I think we did a pretty good attack run there. I'm just gonna, just so that I have this attack keep going, I'm gonna have this F5 just evac. I'm gonna grab another F86 Sabre here. It might take a little time to happen. Let's go to very slow. Okay, let's go back to bullet time. So I should have told the F5s and the F86s to continue forward. I'm going to go ahead and have another F86 to come out there. I'm going to go ahead and come over here and we're going to attack. Okay, let's go ahead back to very slow. I'm just looking for my attack helicopters to get a little bit of action in here and maybe knock these guys down. Okay, let's just have these guys evac. Not doing me any good right now. Go back to bullet time. I'm going to take a look around to see where we are on things. We've got something coming over here. I'm just going to have my attack helicopters come over here, see if we can take out one of these command vehicles, perhaps. And we'll just have the attack helicopters do their thing. Okay, here comes attack run. Fortunately, not doing a ton of damage, but do have some of our stuff coming back in. So we're going to go after their command vehicle, because that's what's going to matter. We'll do another attack run on one of these guys. So, going to continue to move around here. They're making a beeline for my command vehicle. I don't really like that. See if we can get these guys to come on over and help out. We can have these guys come to do like kind of a repulse, perhaps. Have our attack helicopters continue to move. Have these guys continue to move. Okay, let's go back to very slow. Okay, try and take this guy out. Get a lot of fire coming on these guys. Go back to bullet time just to make sure I'm not losing too much focus here. Okay, so my infantry is going to start getting involved here. My vehicles are getting involved. So we're going to have a lot of fire coming in on these helicopters, knocking them out. Okay, let's have our attack helicopters continue here. Let's have these guys come over. Now that we've got the infantry getting involved. Yeah, they're going right after my command vehicle here. Let's take off. I want them to be able to hit me on the ground. I don't know what kind of attack they have. I'd prefer not to be knocked out by these guys. Let's have this guy evac. Okay. I think they dropped some infantry here, so let's go ahead and rocket them. Okay. Looks like they just went right past me. So let's have these guys come back over. Okay. F-86 is lining up. Okay, looks like that worked. Evac. Okay, I think we got them. Go ahead and have our command vehicle land. I have these guys land. I probably also have this guy over here wasting resources on fuel. You are going to land. Okay, our attack helicopter has probably plenty of rockets so that we can try and find the baddies. We've already done pretty heavy casualties on them. Let's have our helicopter get out there and see if what we can find. But so far, we're doing a pretty fantastic job here. Okay, found them. Found some enemy. I'm gonna guess by the fact that we're firing rockets here, it's something on the ground. That's gonna, oh, okay, well that was enough because it was a command unit, so there we go. The 75th Aviation Regiment has been destroyed. They didn't have that many units, and I just did extremely heavy casualties to them, so, well, heavy enough, let's put it that way. So we're gonna get a couple morale points here. I don't know what the maximum is in this game, but I guess we'll find out in a second. We do lose our 1 cohesion because that's just what happens every time you fight, but we didn't manage to lose any units, so that went perfectly to plan. So let's go ahead and finish that out. We've killed that unit, and let's take a look here. So we're still on, well, this guy's up to 8 morale. I don't know if it's just that this guy already was at higher morale, and these guys may have been at 4, but it's possible there's also a cap. Alright, well, we killed a unit there. That went really well. We managed to repulse the enemy back, but I am a little bit concerned about a counterattack potential here. Now, if they are going to counterattack me, they're going to have to counterattack in this region. Otherwise, they're going to have to move their troops over here first, and then go from there. So, also, this is a tank regiment, so they're not going to be able to attack me next turn anyway. So, we will be safe for a turn. So, I will be able to redeploy units. Maybe I could have sent one of these units over here to refit, and I didn't really think about it, but we'll be able to reinforce this region if they do go after it next turn. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.